Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Emma Stone. Emily Jean Stone is an American actress. The recipient of such accolades as an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, and a Golden Globe, Stone, as of 2017, is the highest-paid actress in the world. She has appeared in Forbes Celebrity 100 in 2013 and the Time 100 in 2017, and has been cited in the media as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. Born and raised in Scottsdale, Arizona, Stone began acting as a child, in a theater production of The Wind in the Willows in 2000. As a teenager, she relocated to Los Angeles with her mother, and made her television debut in Search of the New Partridge Family, a reality show that produced only an unsold pilot. After small television roles, she made her film debut in Superbad, and received positive media attention for her role in Zombieland. The 2010 teen comedy Easy A was Stone's first starring role, earning her nominations for the BAFTA Rising Star Award and a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. This breakthrough was followed with further success in the romantic comedy Crazy, Stupid, Love and the drama The Help. Stone gained wide recognition for playing Gwen Stacy in the 2012 superhero film The Amazing Spider-Man, and its sequel in 2014. She was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for the role of a recovering drug addict in the black comedy drama Birdman. Her Broadway debut came in a revival of the musical Cabaret. Stone won an Academy Award for Best Actress for playing an inspiring actress in the highly successful musical film La La Land, following which she portrayed Billie Jean King in the biographical sports film Battle of the Sexes. Early life. Emily Jean Stone was born on November 6, 1988, in Scottsdale, Arizona, to Krista Jean Stone, a homemaker, and Jeffrey Charles Stone, the founder and CEO of a general contracting company. Stone lived on the grounds of the Camelback Inn Resort from the age of 12 to 15. She has a younger brother, Spencer. Her paternal grandfather, Conrad Östbergsten, was from a Swedish family that anglicized their surname to Stone when they immigrated to the United States through Ellis Island. She also has German, English, Scottish, and Irish ancestry. As an infant, Stone had baby colic and cried frequently. She consequently developed nodules and calluses on her vocal cords while she was a child. Stone has described herself as having been loud and bossy while growing up. She was educated at Sequoia Elementary School and attended Cocoa Par Middle School for the 6th grade. Although she did not like school, she has stated that her controlling nature meant that, "I made sure I got all A's." Stone suffered panic attacks as a child, which she says caused a decline in her social skills. She underwent therapy, but states that it was her participation in local theater plays that helped cure the attacks. Stone started acting at age 4. She wanted a career in sketch comedy initially, but shifted her focus towards musical theater, and took voice lessons for several years. Her acting debut, at the age of 11, came in a stage production of The Wind in the Willows, playing the part of Otter. The actress was homeschooled for 2 years, during which time she appeared in 16 productions at Phoenix's Valley Youth Theatre, including The Princess and the Pea, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and performed with the theater's improvisational comedy troupe. Around this time, she traveled to Los Angeles and auditioned unsuccessfully for a role in Nickelodeon's All That. Her parents later sent her for private acting lessons with a local acting coach, who had worked at the William Morris Agency in the 1970s. Stone attended Xavier College Preparatory, an all-girl Catholic high school as a freshman, but dropped out after 1 semester to become an actress. She prepared a PowerPoint presentation for her parents titled Project Hollywood to convince them to let her move to California to pursue an acting career. In January 2004, she moved with her mother to an apartment in Los Angeles. She recalls, "I went up for every single show on the Disney Channel and auditioned to play the daughter on every single sitcom," adding, "I ended up getting none." Between auditions for roles, she enrolled in online high school classes, and worked part-time at a dog treat bakery. Early career, 2004-2008. When Stone registered for the Screen Actors Guild, the name, Emily Stone, was already taken. Riley Stone, was the stage name she chose initially, but after guest starring in the NBC drama Medium and the Fox sitcom Malcolm in the Middle, she decided that she was more comfortable with Emma. She made her television debut as Laurie Partridge on the VH1 talent competition reality show In Search of the New Partridge Family. The resulting show, retitled The New Partridge Family, remained an unsold pilot. She followed this with a guest appearance in Louis C.K.'s HBO series Lucky Louie. She auditioned to star as Claire Bennett in the NBC science fiction drama Heroes, but was unsuccessful and later called this her rock bottom experience. In April 2007, she played Violet Trimble in the Fox action drama Drive, but the show was cancelled after 7 episodes. Stone made her feature film debut in Greg Motilla's comedy Superbad, co-starring Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. The film tells the story of 2 high school students who go through a series of comic misadventures after they plan to buy alcohol for a party. To play the role of Hill's romantic interest, she dyed her hair red. A reviewer for The Hollywood Reporter found her appealing, but felt that her role was poorly written. Stone has described the experience of acting in her first film as amazing, but very different than other experiences I've had since then. The film was a commercial success and earned her the Young Hollywood Award for Exciting New Face. The following year, Stone starred in the comedy The Rocker, playing Amelia Stone, the straight-face bass guitarist in a band. She learned to play the bass for the role. The actress, who describes herself as a big smiler and laugher, has admitted that she found it difficult portraying a character whose personality traits were so different from her own. The film, and her performance, received negative reviews from critics and was a commercial failure. Her next release, the romantic comedy The House Bunny, performed better at the box office, becoming a moderate commercial success. The film sees her play the president of a sorority, and perform a cover version of the Waitress's 1982 song, I Know What Boys Like. Reviews for the film were generally negative, though she was praised for her supporting role, and TV guide Ken Fox wrote of Stone that she's positively incandescent, lighting up a movie that would be pretty dim without her. Breakthrough, 2009-2011. Stone appeared in 3 films released in 2009. The first of these was opposite Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Garner, and Michael Douglas in Mark Waters' Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, loosely based on Charles Dickens' 1843 novella A Christmas Carol. The romantic comedy has her playing a ghost who haunts her former boyfriend. Critical reaction to the film was negative, though it was a modest commercial success. Her most financially profitable venture that year was Ruben Fleischer's $102.3 million grossing horror comedy film Zombieland, in which she features alongside Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, and Abigail Breslin. In the film, she appeared as a con artist and survivor of a zombie apocalypse, in a role which Empire Chris Hewitt found to be somewhat underwritten. In a more positive review, the critic for the Daily Telegraph wrote, "Teehee hugely promising Stone is a tough cookie who projects the aura of being wiser than her years." Stone's final release in 2009 was Kieran and Michelle Mulroney's Paperman, a comedy drama which disappointed critics. Stone provided the voice of an Australian shepherd in Marmaduke, a comedy from director Tom Day, which is based on Brad Anderson's long-running comic strip of the same name. Her breakthrough came the same year with a starring role in Easy A, a teen comedy directed by Will Gluck, partially based on Nathaniel Hawthorne's 1850 historical romance novel The Scarlet Letter. The film tells the story of Olive Pendergast, a high school student who becomes embroiled in a comic sex scandal after a false rumor circulates that she is sexually promiscuous. Stone read the script before the project was optioned for production, and pursued it with her manager while production details were being finalized. She found the script so different and unique from anything I'd read before, saying that it was funny and sweet. When Stone discovered that the film had begun production, she met with Gluck, expressing her enthusiasm for the project. A few months later, the audition process started and she met again with Gluck, becoming one of the first actresses to audition. The film received positive critical reviews, and Stone's performance was considered its prime asset. Anna Smith of Time Out commented, "Stone gives a terrific performance. her knowing drawl implying intellect and indifference with underlying warmth. With a total box office of $75 million, the film was a commercial success. Stone was nominated for a BAFTA Rising Star Award and a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy, and won the MTV Movie Award for Best Comedic Performance. In October 2010, Stone hosted an episode of NBC's late-night sketch comedy Saturday Night Live. Her appearances included a sketch playing off her resemblance to Lindsay Lohan. Stone described it as the greatest week of my life. She hosted it again in 2011, appeared in an episode in 2014, and in its 40th anniversary special in 2015. A brief appearance in the sex comedy Friends with Benefits reunited her with Gluck. She followed this with a supporting role in Glenn Ficarra and John Rico's romantic comedy Crazy, Stupid, Love alongside Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and Julianne Moore. The film features her as a law school graduate and the love interest of Gosling's character. Despite finding some inevitable collapses into convention in the film, Drew McWeeny of HitFix wrote that Stone ties the whole film together. At the 2012 Teen Choice Awards, she won the Choice Movie Actress Comedy Award for her performance in the film. Crazy, Stupid, Love was a box office success, grossing $142.9 million worldwide with a production budget of $50 million. Disillusioned at being typecast as the sarcastic interest of the guy, Stone co-starred with Viola Davis in Tate Taylor's period drama The Help, a film she found to be challenging. The film is based on Catherine Stockett's 2009 novel of the same name and is set in 1960s Jackson, Mississippi. She met with Taylor to express a desire to work in the film. Taylor has said, "Emma was completely awkward and dorky with her raspy voice. And she sat down, and we got a little intoxicated and had a blast, and I just thought, God, this is Skeeter." She was cast as Eugenia, Skeeter, Felon, an aspiring writer learning about the lives of the African-American maids. In preparation for the part, she trained to speak in a Southern dialect. She also educated herself on the civil rights movement through literature and film. With a worldwide gross of $216 million against a budget of $25 million, The Help became Stone's most commercially successful film to that point. The film, and her performance, received positive reviews from critics. Writing for Empire, Anna Smith thought that Stone was well-meaning and hugely likable, despite finding flaws in the character. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture, and won Best Ensemble Cast from the Women Film Critics Circle and the Broadcast Film Critics Association. The Amazing Spider-Man, Birdman, and Broadway, 2012-2015. Stone declined a role in the action comedy film 21 Jump Street after signing on to Mark Webb's 2012 film The Amazing Spider-Man, a reboot of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man series. She portrayed Gwen Stacy, the love interest of the title character. Stone returned to a blonde hair color for the role, having dyed it red previously. She told the Vancouver Sun that she felt responsible to educate herself about Spider-Man, and admitted that she had not read the comics. "My experience was with the Sam Raimi movies. I always assumed that Mary Jane was his first love," adding that she was only familiar with Stacy's character from Bryce Dallas Howard's portrayal in Spider-Man 3. The Amazing Spider-Man was a commercial success and was the 7th highest-grossing film of 2012 with global revenues of $757.9 million. Entertainment Weekly Lisa Schwartzbaum found Stone irresistible, and Ian Freer of Empire magazine was particularly impressed with Stone's and Garfield's performances. At the annual People's Choice Award ceremony, she was nominated for 3 awards, including Favorite Movie Actress. Later that year, Stone voiced a role in the crime-based video game, Sleeping Dogs, which earned her a Spike Video Game Award for Best Performance by a Human Female nomination. Stone began 2013 with a voice role in DreamWorks' The Croods, an animated feature nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. This followed with an appearance in Movie 43, an anthology film which consists of 16 short stories. She played the title role in the segment entitled Veronica. The actress collaborated with Ryan Gosling and Sean Penn in Ruben Fleischer's Gangster Squad. a crime thriller set in Los Angeles during the 1940s. The New York Times A.O. Scott dismissed the film as a hectic jumble of fedoras and suits, but praised her pairing with Gosling. Stone expressed a desire to work with Gosling on more projects. In 2014, Stone reprised the role of Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. In an interview with Total Film, the actress explained that her character was not dependent on the film's protagonist. She saves him more than he saves her. She's incredibly helpful to Spider-Man. He's the muscle, she's the brains. Her performance was well received by critics. An Empire reviewer praised her for standing out in the film. Stone is the Heath Ledger of this series, doing something unexpected with an easily dismissed supporting character. The role earned her the Favorite Movie Actress Award at the 2015 Kids' Choice Awards. Later that year, Stone took on a role in Woody Allen's romantic comedy Magic in the Moonlight, a modest commercial success. A.O. Scott criticized her role and pairing with Colin Firth, describing it as the kind of pedantic nonsense that is meant to signify superior intellect. The black comedy drama Birdman, from director Alejandro González Iñárritu, was Stone's final film release in 2014. Co-starring Michael Keaton and Edward Norton, the film features her in the role of Sam Thompson, the recovering addict daughter of actor Regan Thompson, who becomes his assistant. Iñárritu created the character based on his experience with his daughter. Birdman was critically acclaimed, and was the most successful film at the 87th Academy Awards. It was nominated for 9 awards, winning 4, including Best Picture. The Movie Network considered it one of Stone's best performances to date, and Robbie Collin of the Daily Telegraph was impressed with the monologue she delivers, which he thought was like a knitting needle to the gut. She received numerous accolades for her portrayal, including nominations for an Academy, a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, a Screen Actors Guild, and a Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Supporting Actress. From November 2014 to February 2015, Stone starred in a revival of the Broadway musical Cabaret as Sally Bowles, taking over the role from Michelle Williams. Considering it to be the most nerve-wracking thing ever, Stone told the Entertainment Weekly magazine that she listened to a French radio station to mentally prepare herself for the role. Variety's Marilyn Stasio was critical of her singing and found her performance a bit narrow as an emotional platform, but a smart choice for her acting skills, the perfect fit for her sharp intelligence and kinetic energy. Both of Stone's 2015 films, the romantic comedy drama Aloha and the mystery drama Irrational Man, were critical and commercial failures, and her roles were panned by critics. In Cameron Crowe's Aloha, she took on the role of an Asian-American Air Force pilot alongside Bradley Cooper, and in the Woody Allen-directed Irrational Man, she portrayed the romantic interest of Joaquin Phoenix's character, a philosophy professor. The former was controversial for whitewashing the cast. Stone later regretted the project, acknowledging whitewashing as a widespread problem in Hollywood. Despite the criticism, she was nominated for Choice Movie Actress Comedy at the 2015 Teen Choice Awards. La La Land and Beyond, 2016 present. Stone reunited with Gosling in their third film together, Damien Chazelle's musical comedy drama La La Land, in which she played Mia Dolan, an aspiring actress living in Los Angeles. Stone borrowed several real-life experiences for her character, and in preparation, watched The Umbrellas of Cherbourg and films of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. For the musical's soundtrack, she recorded 6 songs. La La Land served as the opening film at the 2016 Venice Film Festival. It received highly positive reviews, and Stone won the Volpe Cup for Best Actress. She also received an Academy, BAFTA, Golden Globe and a SAG Award for Best Actress. Writing for The Guardian, Peter Bradshaw reviewed, "Stone has never been better, superbly smart, witty, vulnerable, her huge doe eyes radiating intelligence even, or especially, when they are filling with tears." Besides being Stone's highest-rated film on the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, La La Land was successful at the box office, earning over $440 million against its $30 million budget. Stone's sole film release of 2017 was the sports drama Battle of the Sexes, based on the 1973 eponymous match between tennis players Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. In preparation, Stone met with King, watched old footage and interviews of her, trained with a dialect coach to speak in King's accent, and drank high-calorie protein shakes to gain 15 pounds. The film premiered to positive reviews at the 2017 Toronto International Film Festival, and certain critics considered Stone's performance to be the best of her career. Benjamin Lee of The Guardian praised her for playing against type, and credited her for being strong and convincing in the part. Even so, the film earned less than its $25 million budget. Stone received her fourth Golden Globe nomination for it, and attended the ceremony with King. As of September 2017, Stone will star as Abigail Masham in Yorgos Lanthimos' historical drama The Favourite. She is also set to star in the drama Love May Fail, based on Matthew Quick's 2015 novel, and as Cruella de Vil in a live-action spin-off of 101 Dalmatians. Stone will star in and act as an executive producer for the upcoming Netflix series Maniac, co-starring Jonah Hill and directed by Kerry Fukunaga, which began principal photography in August 2017. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?